From acknowledging shame to synchronizing with the Buddha, a scientific reconstruction of life. In the gears of destiny, we often perceive ourselves as victims, seldom realizing we are the engineers responsible for the faulty code. In this profound teaching, shared by the Australia Buddha Line Association, the Master deconstructs key energy, precepts, and perception to reveal a precise biological and spiritual technology. It is a roadmap for recognizing shame, rewiring the nervous system, and ultimately achieving the freedom of synchronizing with the Buddhist frequency. Part 1. The Physics of Emotion. Why you can't hide anger. The discourse begins with a debate on getting angry. While the disciple insisted they felt no anger, the Master exposed the true nature of wrath, anger as an energy field. The Master pointed out, when ki rises, the emission can be seen. This shatters the conventional view of emotion. Anger isn't just a facial expression or a loud voice. It is an energy field with physical properties. Insensitivity is not absence. Failing to feel the ki is a result of long-term immersion in coarse afflictions, which numbs one's ability to capture subtle energy, even if the surface remains calm. Your audio frequency, vibration, and field are already saturated with the energy of anger. Redefining ruthlessness. Ruthlessness isn't just violent behavior. The moment internal opposition arises, the depletion of energy and the destruction of the nervous system have already begun. Recognizing your factory settings, the Master noted, you are an angry person. This serves as a reminder that emotions often solidify into a personality background. If you don't admit you are constantly emitting gas, you cannot start the debugging process. Part 2. Neuroplasticity Precepts as New Regulatory Standards. Regarding the adornment of precepts in the 10 Wholesome Deeds Sutra, the Master provided a striking scientific interpretation. Precepts as neural rewiring. Our original state of life is chaotic, corresponding to a disorganized and malicious neural pathway in the brain. Cessation of growth. The essence of a precept is to forcibly stop the old, erroneous mental pathways. Neural reshaping. Making a vow is the deliberate creation of a new communication system in the brain that aligns with universal laws. Through this training, random reactions are replaced by a system that runs on perfect principles. From effortful to effortless action. Initially, maintaining rules is difficult. However, when the new system fully replaces the old through diligent practice, one reaches non-functional action, anapoga kriya. At this stage, your every thought and word naturally align with the law. This is the true fulfillment of a vow. Part 3. Coordinate alignment. Acknowledging shame and life's trajectory. The Master corrected the pronunciation of enduring shame, 忍辱 to acknowledging shame, 忍辱. The Master further interpreted enduring shame as acknowledging the gap, signaling a shift in spiritual focus from passive endurance to active cognitive breakthroughs, transforming the gap into motivation. Why does refining through recognition of deficiencies lead to perfection? If you remain satisfied with the status quo, you will not strive for the higher states of Buddhahood. Only when we truly recognize the vast chasm between our current quality even in the minor details of daily life and sublime virtue, does this profound realization transform into a powerful drive for excellence. Wearing against the downward comparison inertia, the trap of low-level alignment. Many seek confidence by comparing themselves to those they perceive as below them. This sets a low coordinate. Over time, your life energy flows toward that lower level, leading to a regression of your own quality. The essence of grudges. Holding on to resentment is the highest intensity of frequency docking. By repeatedly recalling the faults of others, you synchronize your own frequency with that negative energy, ultimately damaging your own spiritual clarity. Upward alignment. Praise those who demonstrate great execution and willpower. By setting your coordinates at a high point, you can escape the gravitational pull of mediocrity, cognitive bias, and hidden risks. Every ingredient has a nutritional peak or tipping point. Without scientific understanding, improper combinations can become a burden to the body, such as excessive intake of various high-potassium foods, putting pressure on the metabolic system. Psychological attachment to desires. If one develops an excessive psychological dependency on specific cravings, their physiological state will precisely align with the frequency of metabolic imbalance. This is not a matter of luck, but a precise coupling of perception and result. System reset technology. Through scientific methods like fasting or subtraction living, one can trigger cellular autophagy to clear internal waste. This allows life to repair itself according to its original, healthy underlying code. The Master issued a warning regarding the habit of obsessively focusing on the shortcomings of others. The collection of negative energy. If we go from place to place, collecting and studying the faults of others, and then repeatedly ruminate on this information deep within our hearts, we effectively turn our minds into a negative energy collection station. While you may believe you are simply discerning right from wrong, you are actually filling your internal space with noise and obscurity. Spiritual practice means cutting the power to this negative neural system. Stop the momentum of searching for defects, and instead construct a new system centered on praise and mindfulness of the Buddha. This is the true meaning of self-respect and right conduct, choosing what is truly good and refining oneself toward it. Part 6. Samadhi and Blessings, the Technology of Wealth. Finally, the Master revealed the ultimate formula for fortune and blessings. Samadhi, as focused wisdom. Samadhi concentration is not mysticism. It is the highest efficiency of execution. It brings light, ease, prasrabdhi, a state of high stability, far superior to any worldly pleasure. Resonance of blessings. The Buddha is a constant high-frequency source of infinite blessings. The tech. When you are mindful of the Buddha, you synchronize with that frequency. When the Buddha's frequency vibrates, yours follows. Why wealth is lost? A lack of samadhi. 1 second you are synchronized with the Buddha, blessings flow in. The next second you switch to worldly desires, the frequency changes, and the blessings are lost. The solution: use the adornment of samadhi to solidify and sustain this synchronization. Conclusion: this teaching is a total audit of a chaotic life. The Master tells us that nothing is accidental. Every bite of food reveals your level of understanding. Every coordinate you align with determines your trajectory. Every thought shapes your nervous system. Success depends on human effort. Act with self-respect. Stop trusting random delusions. Start by recognizing shame. Reshape your nerves through precepts. And align with the Buddha's frequency through samadhi. When the system runs correctly, health, wealth, and bliss are simply the natural byproducts.